Welcome back, viewers. This is Orangutan, and here we are with our what I consider, it's only my opinion, to be some great mods that are available at the moment on Farming Simulator 22. So we've started off at what I consider to be one of the first great mods, and that's Calmsden Farm. It's a map by Oxygen David. It's probably in my opinion, the best constructed map, like just everything on it, just different ideas, all the colours, the trees, just how real it looks. It's actually, apparently it's taken from an actual Google Earth photo, so it's exactly the same as a farm. I think it's in the UK, I'm pretty sure of that. But anyway, we'll go down and grab one of the mods, and we'll have a bit of a cruise around in that, so that'll kill two birds with one stone. So let's go shopping. So it's in the car section. We go across to the end, or the end on mine, and it's the TLX 2020, which is a ute. Doesn't matter which one you grab. You can grab the big V8 or you can grab the other one, but it's $8,000 difference. I don't see that there's much difference at all, but depends on what sort of, if you're worried about that sort of thing. I'm not going to go through all the, there's plenty of mod reviews that do all the different configurations and go through everything. So yeah, it's, we won't bother with that. We'll just show you what it is and where it is. And then there's a few options for the back of that. You can get a trailer, or you can get an actual cab on the back. They're quite easy to find because they're named the TLX. A few different things. There's water tanker and all the rest of it. But this tipper's, it's like a tipper trailer. It's pretty good, and for $3,500 you can't go wrong. It's got two capacities. It's got, I think it's 8,000, and then there's the 82,000 for the unreal capacity. If you don't like using that, you don't have to. Now, I was going to hook up the trailer, but you can't. Obviously, the back comes with the tow bar. You don't get a tow bar unless you buy a back for the ute, so we'll have to go back in and get one of those. So back in we go. Now these are in, well, they're not in here. That's because they're down in miscellaneous, where all the good stuff is. And there we go there. TLX 2020. Once again, this will do either 8,000 or 82,000. If you're one of those purists who thinks a trailer that big can't possibly hold 82,000, well, don't buy it. If you want something, if you got one of those, it's great on my Let's Play on Wood Crayback. It's great for getting around in little pokey places if you want to, carry a bit of stuff, but you can't. You'll never get a semi-trailer in there. I don't know if you've seen my Wood Crayback series, Rehab in the Alps, but if you haven't, have a look and you'll see how pokey the farm is. And you wouldn't get around there with a semi, no way. So this is always an option if you want to not have to do 100 trips but can't fit a semi-trailer in. So we're off. As you can see, driving along here, it's fantastic. It looks. I think I'm driving down an English country lane at the moment. It's absolutely great. My driving's a bit wild. These things have got very direct steering. So we'll go back into this view. Speed Racer view, as I referred to it, was the other one. Yeah, it's just great. It's a nice drive to the shop. This is set out fantastic. You get plenty of, I think you get 3 large fields, a sheep pen. Well, yeah, with a field, it's great. We'll have a look anyway as we go around. So we'll whiz around here and come into the main farm. One thing that's on here is there's a lot of gates. If you don't like opening and closing gates, I suppose you can go around and open them the first time. Thankfully they don't close automatically, but it gives it a feel of realism. You know, most places have got gates. Remember when I was a kid, I used to spend a bit of time on a farm. They had gates, and if they didn't have gates, they had cattle grids. Some of the gates were old. You had to lift them and pull them around. They'd drag in the dirt. Like when I was only a young fella, about 10 years old, used to struggle with some of them. But there's one of the sheds with a bit of the equipment in there. We come around here, there's a silo in front of us. That's the silo out pipe. Don't know what happened there. Must have left me smokes in the car. So we open this up and there's some more equipment. You get some pretty good equipment, but once again, it's not a map tour. You know, it's just to give you an idea. Fuel tank there. Cut through the back way here. I love the old rusty look. You know, it's got a well-used farm look about it, which is, you know, it's really cool. I like it. Around the corner, this is more or less the main drag, or the main road. For you guys that aren't Australian, maybe you don't say drag. You open all these up, there's a workshop trigger in here. You can get the big harvesters in, it's a bit pokey, but I've done it before. And this is the silo in, the intake for the silo that's just around the corner, plus a bit of storage. So I'll head off down this way. Those fields on the right, they come with the farm. Take a right turn down here. That's the sheep trigger there, just through that gate, another gate. We head across over here. One of these left turns, I think it may be that one there, goes down to the main house. Come through here, we've got another gate. And this is all included. On the left there's a bit of a garden with a tennis court, I think, but there was horses we could see. There's chickens on the right. The equestrian / show jumping area for training the horses, which I don't think you don't own that. But it's very cheap. I think it could be 18,000 or something. It's not expensive at all. Out on our right that's the sheep pasture. You can see the triggers over there for food and water, and you can mow that and just dump them. You can either put a shed in there and put your bales in there, or you can just dump it directly into the feed thing from the field. The sheep happily hang around in there, and you seem to be able to mow around them. They don't seem to mind, so yeah. It's one of the sort of features, having actual pastures. First time I played this, they had a very limited capacity, but there was an update, and then the capacity went up a lot. On the right there's another, that's like more or less a field, a grass field, like a pasture. This is the pig area. Once again, quite large. You could mow this as well if you like. There were the feed triggers there. The other thing about this map, I don't know if other maps do it, I've never really noticed, but if you feed the pigs or the sheep, they all come running over. Some of them come running over and start eating. It's like they're waiting for you to come, like on a rural farm. So yeah, we've done a bit of cheating there and gone through the fence, but that's all good. I come down here. This is back at the main farm. Another gate. Could have went round through the trees, but we don't want to make a habit of it. It's not a gymkhana. It's not like cross country. A rally, as they say. So here we are, we're going back, and it's really like driving through an English village. That's back past the turn-off we took earlier. I'm pretty sure that's the main house yard there on the right. Down here to the left, that goes off to more fields, and there's a big hill that's hard to get up unless you've got good machinery down that road there. So here we are. We've got the cows at a silage clamp. Once again, they've got a pasture. Now, what I did on mine was I put a hay loft. You know, with the things like grass dryers and that nowadays, you can put them out the back there. I stored bales in there, so it was easy to get them and just throw them in. Another diesel tank. That's another silo. You've got that's the out pipe. There's the in. You lift up the grate. The milk tank up there. More storage here. Now there's plenty of little pokey storage places, which is great. Jump back into it and drive 100 metres around the corner. There's some more equipment. Another little storage place, and that, my friends, is a quick tour of what I consider to be a fantastic mod, Calmsden Farm. So here we are, viewers, with our next great mod. This is the tree devourer. Devour wood, devours trees, I know that, and it's fantastic. Shoots it over the back into the trailer as wood chip. But where is it? Where do we find it, Rana? Well, I'm glad you asked, because what we do is we go into here, down to here, find forestry, right along, and there it is, devour trees, $25,000. Now when you buy it, set the capacity 50,000. If you go to this, it puts a chute on. Now that will hold, it's $100,000 extra, but I really recommend that you get that, because I think it holds like over 100,000. It holds 50,000 just in the head. So once it fills your trailer, but then empties the head as well. So yeah, there's a heap of colours I don't need to show you all that, but yeah, so that's where you get it from, in forestry, and it's the devour trees. Let's watch it in action. So we'll jump in. Now the reason I'm here is because this is over near our horse pen. This is one of the great things, another great feature about Calmsden. So we'll turn it on. We've got the pipe out. So now that's going into our trailer in the back, filling it up with wood chip. We've got 20,000 already. 28,000. Look at that. Like, yeah, if you're a purist and you like to do your logging the old-fashioned way, you probably wouldn't like this, but if you just want to clear the trees and not have to not get any money for them. Now sometimes the stumps can be a bit tricky, but if you sort of sit it on it, it does raise and lower, but I found if you just leave it at the one height, it doesn't want to get this stump, but that'll be right. Just got to get it at the right angle. Come through here. Hope if I could see what I'm actually chopping down here, but that's okay. Mumbling to myself there. So I've mucked around a bit here and I've found But if you have it set on it, you can lift, you can raise and lower it. And I found if you lower it down, well, it did a minute ago, maybe it's not turned on now. No, it's on. Just having a bit of trouble with that one big stump. As you can see, it clears all that up nicely. This stump seems to be giving us a little bit of trouble. Maybe if I get it over the top of it and lower it. I almost got it. Anyway, we've got one small stump there, but just the whole idea is you can see how it works. And the thing is, the reason that I showed you here is because this is like a secret grass area on this map that if you cut through the trees, you open up. Now this is quite close to the sheep pens, the horse stable, so you can have a more or less a grass field for free, and I'm sure you'll probably do a better job than I did of it. Now that stump's catching us out. Like, this is unbelievable. This is the best mod review I've ever seen. But yeah, so we've got 120,000 tonne of wood chip, and I'm not going to torture you any longer with it, but yeah, that's it. To devour trees. 125k for the full setup, works fantastic. And the wood chips, if you hold on to them and sell them at the right time, you might get about between 400 and 600 a tonne. So yeah, that's good money. So there you go. The devour trees. Next up, got the windmill. I think this looks fantastic. It sounds great, and it's very handy to put stuff in. You put it in here. I've already put some olives in. We've started the production. We'll have a look. Show you where to buy it. Although this sort of stuff's pretty basic, you know. I'm sure you'll find it. It's in production. There it is there, $23,000. Does all those, makes not only flour, makes canola oil, sunflower oil and olive oil. So yeah, that's fantastic. For 23 grand, that'll take care of half your crops you grow and, you know, make them nice and productive. We'll have a look in here. There it is there. We've got it going along on the canola, 2 to 1. Yeah, it hasn't really started making any yet because I've only just started off on the olive oil, but yeah, 10 litres we've got. So that's cool. Jump back in our ute, go over here. Now these are refillable. We've got the one behind us is fertiliser, this one is seed, that is liquid fertiliser, and I think there's herbicide on the end. You can fill up as much seed as you need. It's like a buy point. Stop that. We'll Just park it here for a moment and jump out. So yeah, they don't take up much room. I think they're fantastic. Once again, where do you get it? Pretty sure they're in containers. Then again, I'm probably wrong again. As you can see, I've done a lot of groundwork here. So fly by the seat of your pants. Now that's not them. Don't be confused with those because they're quite expensive. We'll just try that again. Must be in tool. Ah, here we go. Tools. So seeds, herbicide, liquid fertilizer, and fertilizer. So it's in buildings tools, and they're $100 each. You can buy as much as you want. They are fantastic. Another great mod. Let's get back in our ute. And you can see the next one just over here. This is a grass dryer, but it does more than just dry grass. Get out of the ute so you get a decent look at it. But yeah, it's a nice looking unit. Takes grass and hay. Takes grass, sorry, and it'll turn it into either hay or silage. So there's no need for windrowers and tedders and all that sort of stuff. Just mow your grass, put it in here, in one side, out the other. No need for silage clamps and BGAs and everything else. Yeah, you can make your hay and your silage into one unit. We'll go and have a look where to get it. I'm pretty sure it's in production. And there it is right there, $100,000. Put grass in, get silage or hay out. Can't go wrong with that. So production, factories, 100,000, look for the big green one. It's absolutely great, and as I said, it'll save you plenty of money and plenty of time on windrowing and tethering and all the rest of it. So, may as well show off a little bit more of the Calmston deal. Like, this is a large industrial estate area. There's one that's grassed and one that's not, that you got to clear. It's about $1 million, but it's huge, and you can put all the stuff you need. As you can see, I'm using it for this review. But yeah, you just come up and you look for those signs. But here's our next mod. This is a great little tractor, the Mahindra. It's $25,000. There's a few options. You can do it in this really cool black. I think it's 110 horsepower, which is enough just to do some small jobs around the farm. You can put on a front attacher, as you can see there. I think there's room for a weight on the front. But yeah, she's a beauty. I love the black. We'll jump in and take it for a whirl. See, my driving's improved. But we'll go speed racer view. Great rear view mirrors, and it's fairly basic inside, but then again, for 25k, what do you expect? But this is great for just your little pokey round the farm jobs, feeding animals and stuff like that. Don't need to spend $1 million. I'm not going to go in and show you where it is because it's surprise, surprise. It's in small tractors. If you go to small tractors, and you'll have to download, look for the Mahindra. It'll be there. So we'll head over to our next mod, which are these. We've got, I think it's fertiliser seed or seed fertiliser. Then we've got liquid fertiliser and herbicide, I think, if I had them in the right thing. So we'll run over and grab our ute. Well, as you can see, we've got some seed in here, but This one must be the fertiliser one. It's not filling the seed up, so this one must be seed. As you can see, just pull up beside it, hit L3, bingo. That's filling up our seed. Now you'll find these, excuse me, in the construction menu, production, I think it's actually in here, it's either tools or containers. There they are there. Fertiliser, liquid fertiliser, herbicide and seeds. Buy as much as you want for $100. As far as I'm concerned, you can't go wrong with that. So while we're in our ute, we'll head off up here. This is a production pack by Amatana. We've got the big do-it-all one, which I've put some stuff in earlier. We'll jump out and have a look. We may as well go on foot from here. So this one we've got milk in and we're making cheese. Very slowly, I might add, but only because we haven't forwarded at all. Now, and then you get a smaller pack. These are more individualised that make 4 or 5 different things. And they come in 3 styles. You've got the brick style, which I like. You've got the white plastered style, and then you've got the weatherboard wood style. So this one here, the great thing about them is they have a picture of what they make. Look at that, potatoes and water. You can make chips. Sorry, that's premium potatoes, sugar cubes. So for instance, in this one we're throwing in some potatoes and we're making French fries. This one, now these you can get brick, plaster or wood in each one. This one you can make mixed salad, grape juice, tomato sauce, I think that is. So here we're doing grapes into grape juice. So there's a fair few, there's about 5 or 6 different varieties, plus the main one that does a lot of everything. This one will make soy drink, oat milk, ice cream and cheese. At the moment we're putting in soybeans with some water and we're making soy drink. So yeah, these are really cool and they don't take up, they're not giant, big, gigantic factories. This one's a fair size, but you know, these are great little things. You can have you could have all of them in a fairly small area. Now to find them, you need to go once again to construction, production, factories. We go along. 50,000, and as you can see, it takes just about everything and makes just about everything. I think the only thing it doesn't make is like wood products. So yeah, and they come, as you see, 50 grand. There's quite a few. There's an alpine style. There's quite a few varieties. Then we get to the smaller ones, $10,000. You've got potato, bakery stuff for your bread and that, dairy products, fruits, and oil, and cereal. Like that is unbelievable. For $10,000 each, you can't go wrong. Shows you what to put in, what you can get out. Very self-explanatory. I think it's fantastic. So that's the production pack from Amatana. While we're talking about Amatana, we may as well go over here because this is a must-have to go with your production pack. This is the pallet storage. I've put 2 of them here. So you get this building. This one here is only $5,000 and holds 500,000 litres of not only pallets but also your basic crops. So you just drive up with your pallets on your pallet trailer, pull up out the front, they automatically go into there. Then when you go up to this, it'll show you what you've got stored in there, and you draw them out and take them. So if you're saving stuff until, you know, the seasonal peak, so you can sell them at the right time rather than having them scattered all over the yard or in a shed or whatever, you can keep them in here. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it hides it from your pallet count, because I know for a fact, I think PS4 it's 75 pallets, but if once you put them in here, they're not included in your pallet count. This is a 2 million, I think it's 2 million litre of just about everything. I love the look of this building. Like, there are three. There's an even larger one again, which we'll see when we look at where you get them from. But and then it comes with them, there are two trailers. This one holds 15,000 litres and is about, I think, $5,000. And then you've got a 50,000 litre semi, like just the back. You don't get the truck, obviously, but that back bit there. So so with that pack plus this, you know, for say you wanted to buy even the big one at 50 grand, plus you buy this for I think 20, maybe 10, then you pick up a trailer, you know, you're looking at like 70 grand and you got like a really good production thing going. So let's have a look where we get it. Pretty sure it's in sheds, silos. As you can see, I've done my homework. There we go. Pallet storage, small. 500,000 litres. 2 million litres. And you've got a few different varieties again. And then for 20 grand you can get 20 million litres. Now, I don't know who's going to make 20 million litres worth of stuff, but if you want to make 20 million litres worth of stuff and store it, 20 grand. Unbelievable. And then the trailers, I'm fairly sure that they're in miscellaneous. If you're ever looking for a trailer and you can't find it, it'll be either in trailers, animals, or miscellaneous. That's not it. Here we go. Product transporter, $5,000. 15 tonne of all that stuff. Or 50 tonne of all that stuff. Yeah, that is fantastic. Anyway, that's the first of I'll make a couple of these videos. I don't know, not everybody catches the mod reviews, so not everyone's aware of what's out there, what you can use and what can be very helpful with your farming experience. But yeah, that's there's a bit of a rundown on what I consider to be great mods. Time to go. Thanks for watching. As I said before, I've got some other videos going if you're interested. There's one on how to fix the demolition bug that seems to have come out in the last patch. But as for now, stay safe. Catch you in the next episode and bye.